All right, let's unpack this. Today, we're taking a deep dive into the world of exploration geology,
Exciting stuff.
but we're focusing on how to prepare you for that big interview.
Oh, yeah, that's crucial.
So think of this as your ultimate interview prep guide.
Definitely.
We've got some incredible resources from RoleCatcher to guide us.
They're a fantastic resource.
Career guides, interview guides, even insights into how their AI can give you a serious edge.
Their AI is truly game-changing.
Okay, so before we get into the nitty-gritty of interview questions,
Yeah?
let's set the stage. What exactly does an exploration geologist do?
So, it's a lot more than just digging rocks, although there is some of that involved, of course.
Of course.
Exploration geologists were like the pioneers of the mining industry.
Okay, I like that.
We're out there finding and evaluating mineral deposits, designing exploration programs.
But you're the ones who actually discover those hidden treasures.
You could say that. We use a whole range of techniques.
Like what? Give us a sneak peek.
Think geophysical surveys, soil sampling, rock chip sampling, geological mapping.
Wow, it sounds like a mix of science, technology, and a bit of detective work.
Exactly. And then we analyze all that data, build geological models, and then secure the legal rights to those deposits.
So you're making sure it's all done responsibly and legally.
Absolutely.
Now, I've heard this job can take you to some pretty amazing places.
Oh, well, for sure.
But it's not all glamorous, is it? Paint us a picture of what the work environment is really like.
It's definitely not your typical 9-to-5 office job.
I can imagine.
You've got to be prepared to work in some pretty remote and challenging locations.
What kind of challenges are we talking about?
Think rugged terrains, extreme weather conditions.
So you need to be pretty tough.
You definitely need to be adaptable and resilient.
And love the outdoors.
Absolutely. A passion for geology and the natural world is essential.
Okay, so let's get to the heart of this deep dive.
Let's do it.
Those all-important interview questions.
Okay, fire away.
We'll go through some of the toughest ones RoleCatcher highlighted, give you insider strategies.
Sounds good.
So you can walk into that interview feeling confident and prepared.
Love it.
Let's start with a classic. Tell me about your experience in mineral exploration.
That's a common one.
Now, what if you're fresh out of school? How do you tackle this one without a ton of industry experience?
So even if you haven't been on a dozen exploration projects yet, you can still impress.
How so?
Focus on what you do have. Relevant coursework, internships, research projects, even volunteer work.
So it's about showcasing that eagerness to learn and apply knowledge.
Exactly. Demonstrate your passion for the field.
Show them you're a geology enthusiast.
Yes. And that you've actively sought opportunities to learn and grow.
Okay, great advice. Now, another one that pops up a lot is, what methods do you use to identify potential mineral deposits?
Ah, yes, the methods question.
This one sounds a bit intimidating. What are some key points to cover?
Well, this is your chance to really showcase your technical knowledge.
Okay, let's hear it.
Think about those essential tools in an exploration geologist's toolbox. Geophysical surveys,
Okay, got it.
soil sampling, rock chip sampling, geological mapping. Briefly explain each technique.
And how it helps locate those mineral deposits.
Exactly. You can even mention specific software or equipment you're familiar with.
So it's like showcasing your understanding of the detective work involved in finding those valuable resources.
Precisely.
Okay, let's tackle another one. How do you create a geological model of a deposit?
This one can seem daunting, but it doesn't have to be.
What's the best way to approach this without getting lost in the technical details?
Keep it big picture. Start with how you collect data. Geological mapping, sampling, drilling.
Okay, so you're outlining the process.
Right. Then talk about how you interpret that data, identify patterns, potential mineral zones.
Making sense of the clues?
Exactly. And finally, mention using software to create a 3D visualization of the deposit.
So bringing it all together in a visual model.
Precisely. And even if you haven't personally created a model from scratch,
You can still demonstrate that you understand the overall process.
absolutely.
All right, let's switch gears a bit.
Sounds good.
Describe a time you had to make a difficult decision while working on a project.
The classic behavioral question.
What are they really getting at with this one?
They want to see how you think critically under pressure.
Okay, that makes sense.
So choose a specific situation where you faced a challenge. Explain the options you considered.
Okay, walk them through your thought process.
Right. The decision you made and the outcome.
And what did you learn from that experience?
Exactly. Highlighting what you learned is key.
So it's not just about the decision itself, but also showcasing your analytical and reflective skills.
Absolutely. They want to see that you can learn from your experiences, both successes and setbacks.
Makes sense. Now let's talk teamwork. How do you manage exploration projects and teams?
Teamwork is essential in this field,
Absolutely. You're often working in remote locations.
often with diverse teams.
So what's the key to nailing this question?
Highlight your collaboration skills, communication, delegation.
So you're a team player, but also a leader.
Exactly. Share an example of a successful team project.
Emphasize your role in achieving the goals.
Yes, even if you haven't held a formal management position.
You can still demonstrate leadership qualities.
Exactly. It's all about showcasing those transferable skills.
All right, now let's get down to the financial side of things.
Okay.
How would you answer? Can you discuss your experience with mineral resource estimation?
This one can seem a bit intimidating.
It does sound like it requires a deep understanding of the economic viability of a deposit.
It does, but even if your experience is limited, you can still impress.
What's the best way to tackle this?
Demonstrate you understand the process. Explain those key steps involved.
Like what?
Data analysis, geological modeling, applying economic parameters to assess the potential value.
So, connecting geology with the economics of mining.
Precisely. Show them you understand that connection.
Okay, great. Now, with the growing focus on sustainability, I bet this question comes up a lot. Can you discuss your experience with environmental impact assessments?
Oh, absolutely. This is a critical aspect of modern exploration.
How should candidates approach this, especially if they might not have tons of direct experience?
Emphasize your understanding of environmental regulations,
Okay.
the importance of minimizing impact,
Got it.
your experience, even if it's from coursework or research, with environmental surveys or mitigation measures.
Show that you're committed to responsible exploration.
Exactly. Sustainability is key in this industry.
All right, moving on to a question that really highlights your commitment to staying ahead of the curve. How do you stay up to date with the latest exploration techniques and technologies?
Ooh, I like this one. It's all about continuous learning.
It is. What are some good ways to demonstrate that?
Mention your involvement in professional organizations.
Okay.
The Society of Economic Geologists, for example. Attending conferences, reading industry journals.
So actively engaging with the field?
Exactly. And online resources, of course. Highlight specific courses or workshops.
Showing that you're proactive and dedicated to staying at the forefront of your field.
Exactly. This field is constantly evolving, so showing that commitment to lifelong learning is crucial.
Okay, great advice. Let's look at one that tests your strategic thinking. How do you prioritize exploration targets?
Prioritization is a key skill for an exploration geologist.
Because resources are limited.
Exactly. You can't explore everything.
So how do you convey your approach to this?
Explain your methodology for evaluating potential targets, considering factors like geological data.
So data-driven decision-making.
Right, but also mineral potential, accessibility, economic viability.
It's a balancing act.
It is. And you can mention specific software or analytical tools.
To show that you're using data to make informed decisions.
Precisely.
All right, let's wrap up this section with a question that gets into the real action of exploration. Can you discuss your experience with drilling programs?
This is where the rubber meets the road.
It is. What should someone focus on when answering this question?
Highlight your understanding of different drilling techniques, your experience, if any,
Right.
with supervising operations, ensuring safety.
Safety is paramount.
Absolutely. Collecting and analyzing samples, interpreting drilling results.
So even if you haven't personally managed a drilling program
You can still show you understand the core principles.
and procedures involved,
Exactly.
we've covered a lot of ground here. Our listeners must be feeling much more confident about those interview questions.
I hope so. Preparation is key.
But before we dive into how RoleCatcher's AI can take your preparation to a whole new level,
Oh yeah, that's the exciting part.
let's take a quick break to recharge.
Good idea.
And when we come back, we'll explore how this incredible tool can help you tailor your answers and gain that competitive edge.
I can't wait.
Stay tuned.
We'll be right back. All right, so you've prepped for those common interview questions.
Feeling pretty good about those.
But now let's talk about how RoleCatcher's AI can take your preparation to that next level.
I'm all ears. This AI stuff sounds pretty impressive.
It really is. It's like having a secret weapon in your job search.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
So one of the things RoleCatcher's AI does is analyze those job descriptions, like really dissect them.
Yep.
It pinpoints the exact skills and keywords that employers are looking for.
Even those hidden ones that you might miss.
Exactly. Sometimes those are the most important ones.
So it's like having an insider's view into what the hiring manager really wants.
You got it. It's
Oh.
like having a secret decoder ring for those job postings.
Okay, that's cool. But once the AI figures that out, What happens next?
So then it helps you tailor your resume and cover letter to mirror those key elements.
Ah, so you're speaking their language right from the start.
Precisely. It's like having a personal resume writer who knows exactly what buttons to push.
Okay, that makes sense. But what about those actual interview questions? Can RoleCatcher help with those
Oh,
too?
absolutely. This is where it gets really interesting.
Okay, tell me more.
They have this AI-powered practice tool.
Okay,
You practice answering common interview questions,
right.
and the AI analyzes your responses in real time.
Wow. So it's like having a mock interview with an expert.
Exactly. But the expert is an AI that can process tons of data.
Okay, that's pretty wild. What kind of feedback does it give?
It looks at clarity, conciseness, even your use of industry-specific terms.
Wow, so it's helping you refine your answers.
Exactly. It's like having a coach who can pinpoint exactly where you can improve.
So you're going into that interview feeling super prepared.
Exactly. And it gets even better.
Okay, there's more.
The AI can compare your responses to those of successful candidates in similar roles.
Whoa, so you see what works.
Precisely. You get benchmarks and insights into what really resonates with hiring managers.
That's amazing. So you're not just guessing anymore, you're seeing what actually lands people jobs.
Exactly. It takes the guesswork out of interview prep.
Okay, I'm sold. RoleCatcher sounds like a game changer.
It really is. And they offer so much more.
Like what?
Career guides, sample interview questions, insights into different companies.
It's like a one-stop shop for job seekers.
Exactly. It's a whole platform designed to empower you at every stage.
I love that. Okay, so now we've got the AI helping us craft the perfect application and ace the interview.
We're in good shape.
But let's talk about what happens after you land that job.
Okay.
What are some career paths for an exploration geologist?
So the RoleCatcher Career Guide has some great insights on this.
Oh, perfect. Let's hear it.
As you gain experience, you could move into leadership roles.
Okay, so managing teams, overseeing projects.
Exactly. Maybe even managing entire departments.
So there's a clear path for those with leadership skills.
Absolutely. But if you're more into the technical side,
Yeah.
you could specialize in a particular area.
Like what? What kind of specializations are there?
You could focus on a specific type of mineral deposit
Okay.
or a cutting-edge technique, maybe even research and development.
So becoming a real expert in a niche area.
Exactly. And for those who love sharing your knowledge,
Yeah.
consulting is a great option.
Okay, so working with different companies.
Providing your expertise, advising on projects.
So many different paths.
There are. And no matter which path you choose, continuous learning is key.
That's true for any career, I think.
It is, but especially in a field as dynamic as exploration geology.
So how do you stay ahead of the curve?
The Career Guide highlights some great options.
Let's hear them.
Advanced degrees, like a master's or PhD.
Okay, for those who love research.
Exactly. Or professional certifications.
Like what?
Things like the Certified Professional Geologist or the Certified Exploration Geologist.
So those show you have the skills and knowledge.
Exactly. And they can give you a competitive edge.
And what about networking? How important is that?
Networking is huge. Attending conferences, joining professional organizations,
Okay.
even just engaging in online forums and groups.
So it's all about building those connections.
Exactly. Sharing knowledge, learning from others, staying plugged into the industry.
Sounds like it's really a community.
It is a global community of passionate geologists.
I love that. Okay, so we've talked about what it takes to land the job and what your career path might look like.
We've covered a lot of ground.
But now I have a question for you. With technology changing so rapidly, what does the future hold for exploration geology?
That's a great question, and it's something the RoleCatcher Career Guide actually addresses.
Oh, perfect. What do they say?
Technologies like AI, machine learning, remote sensing, they're all going to have a huge impact on how we explore for minerals.
So we're talking about even more automation, more data-driven approaches.
Exactly. We're already seeing drones being used for surveys, robots for underground exploration.
That sounds so futuristic.
It is. And sophisticated software analyzing massive amounts of data.
To find those hidden deposits.
Precisely. But here's the thing.
What's that?
While technology is going to change how we do things,
Yeah.
it's not going to replace human geologists.
Really? Why not?
I thought
Robots were taking over everything.
they are playing a bigger role for sure. But human geologists, we bring critical thinking, problem-solving skills,
Right.
the ability to adapt to unforeseen challenges in the field. Those are things that are hard to program into a machine.
So it's going to be a partnership between humans and technology.
Exactly. The best of both worlds. And for those who are entering the field now,
Yeah.
It's an incredibly exciting time to be an exploration geologist.
Okay, I'm convinced. But let's circle back to something you mentioned earlier.
Sure.
RoleCatcher's 3 steps to better applications.
Ah, yes. This is crucial for understanding how to navigate AI-powered recruitment.
Because it's a whole different ballgame now, isn't it?
It is. So step 1 is all about understanding how those AI recruiters work.
Those algorithms that scan resumes and applications.
Exactly. RoleCatcher's AI gives you a glimpse into what those systems prioritize.
So you know what they're looking for,
You got it. Step 2 is choosing the right CV or resume.
based on what the AI is looking for.
Precisely. The AI helps you compare different versions and pick the one that scores highest against the job's criteria.
So it's maximizing your chances of getting noticed.
Exactly. And finally, step 3,
Okay.
incorporating any missing skills or experiences.
So you're filling those gaps.
Exactly. The AI analyzes your resume against the job description and points out areas you can strengthen.
Oh, it's like having a personal career coach.
And with RoleCatcher's Copilot AI subscription,
Okay.
you unlock even more personalized guidance.
So it's like having a team of experts in your corner.
Exactly, guiding you every step of the way.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
RoleCatcher really seems like the ultimate tool for anyone serious about a career in exploration geology.
It is. It empowers you to take control of your job search and really put your best foot forward.
I love that. Okay, so we talked about how RoleCatcher can help with the application and interview process.
Yep.
But they also offer a ton of other resources, right?
Oh, tons. Career guides, interview guides, company insights.
It's like a treasure trove of information for job seekers.
It is. And they have this massive library, over 3,000 career guides
Wow.
and 17,000 interview guides.
That's incredible. So no matter what stage you're at in your career,
There's something there for you.
whether you're just starting out or you're a seasoned professional.
RoleCatcher's got you covered.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about RoleCatcher and all the amazing things their AI can do,
Yeah.
but let's not forget about the human element.
Oh, that's crucial.
It's not all about algorithms and keywords.
It's not. At the end of the day, it's your passion, your skills, your personality
Yeah.
that will really make you stand out.
So use RoleCatcher to get your foot in the door,
Yep.
but then let your personality shine in that interview.
Exactly. The AI can help you prepare, but it's you who needs to connect with the interviewer.
So it's all about finding that balance.
It is. Using technology to your advantage, but also showcasing those unique human qualities that make you, you.
Well said. So much good stuff in those RoleCatcher guides.
Seriously, it's like they've thought of everything.
They really have. Okay, but let's circle back to those interview questions for a minute.
Sure. What else do we want to cover?
Well, there's one that always makes me a little nervous.
Oh, which one?
The salary question. What are your salary expectations?
Ah, yeah. That can be tricky.
Any advice on how to handle that one gracefully?
Do your research beforehand.
Okay, so look at industry salary surveys
Exactly. Online databases, maybe reach out to people in your network.
to get a sense of what's realistic.
Right. And then during the interview, express it as a range, not a specific number.
So you have some flexibility.
Exactly. And it shows you're open to negotiation.
Makes sense. Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Why are you interested in exploration geology?
This one's your chance to really let your passion shine through.
It is. What should people focus on?
What sparked your interest in geology?
Whether it was a childhood fascination with rocks or an inspiring professor,
Exactly. Connect that passion to the specific role and company.
show them why you're excited about this opportunity.
Yes. Enthusiasm is contagious.
All right, another one that always throws me off. What are your strengths and weaknesses?
This one can be tough, but there are ways to approach it strategically.
Okay, give us the inside scoop.
With strengths, be specific, give examples of how they've helped you succeed.
So back it up with real-world examples.
Right. For weaknesses, choose something you're working on improving.
So turn it into a positive.
Exactly. Show self-awareness and a commitment to growth.
That makes a lot of sense. Now let's talk long-term. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Ah, the classic vision question. They want to see your ambition.
And if it aligns with their company's growth.
Right. So think about your goals, how they might intersect with their plans.
Do you want to take on more responsibility, develop new skills?
Exactly. And if there are specific projects that align with your interests, mention those.
Paint a picture of your future self, one that fits with their vision.
Exactly. Show them you're in it for the long haul.
All right, last but not least, do you have any questions for us?
This is your chance to turn the tables and be the interviewer.
It is. What are some good questions to ask?
Ask about company culture, team dynamics, professional development opportunities.
Okay, good ones.
You could even ask about specific challenges the team is facing.
Shows you've done your homework.
Exactly. And remember, an interview is a two-way street.
It's about finding the right fit for both sides.
Precisely. Make sure this company and role are right for you too.
That's so important. Well, I think we've covered just about everything.
We've really delved deep into the world of exploration geology.
From understanding the role itself to acing that interview.
And don't forget about those incredible resources from RoleCatcher.
Seriously, their AI tools and career guides are a game changer.
They are. They can really help you stand out from the crowd.
So to all those aspiring exploration geologists out there,
Keep learning, keep exploring.
and best of luck in your job search.
You got this.
That's it for our deep dive today. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.